to bring you another daily devotional. Today we are starting in Luke chapter 11. We're going to go verses 5 through 9. This is during a time when Jesus was talking to us about prayer and telling us how to do it. So we have, "Then he said to them, 'Suppose one of you has a friend and goes to him at midnight and says to him, "Friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine has come to me from a journey, and I have nothing to set before him." And from inside he answers and says, "Do not bother me. The door has already been shut, and my children and I are in bed. I cannot get up and give you anything." I tell you, even though he will not get up and give him anything because he is his friend, yet because of his persistence, he will get up and give him as much as he needs. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you.
So what I think is so cool about that is it's much like if we went up to a friend's house now. But so he goes up to the door. It's nighttime. He's in bed. The kids are in bed. Everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
And he knocks and he's like, "Hey man, I need some loaves of bread."
I need some food.
And so the guy responds and he's like, "No, everyone's asleep. I'm already in bed. That's not going to happen."
Yeah.
Now imagine if he just walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the loaves of bread weren't important to him. They'd go on the next day, even though they were friends, and they wouldn't think much of it. But it was important to him. If we persistently pray, we convince ourselves of what is important about what we're praying for, right? Yes. We'll break it down. Why is it important? Why are we praying about it? What do we need it for? If it was just like a passing prayer, like one-time thing, the friend didn't get up.
Right.
And going by persistence and being persistent in our prayers, we become more fervent. They become more effective prayers because we're convincing not God to give it to us, but ourselves of why we truly need it.
Exactly. The more that we believe, and it's a need. It is
Absolutely.
a need. But the more that we understand why we need these things, the more passionately we can say, "God, please bless me with this."
Exactly.
But you're right. If that friend had just walked away, like a passing fancy,
just gone.
Just like, "Oh, okay, man, never mind."
Yeah.
Walked
away.
Well, then he won't get the bread for sure, right? But I think it's very cool to remember that persistence in prayer, you're not doing it because you're trying to convince God.
You're not nagging
that you need it.
You're not pulling out like, "Hey man, listen,
You're not being like, "Hey, in case you forgot, I asked for this thing." What you're doing is you are becoming more solid and firm in yourself and your belief and your need and your passion for what you need. And that's what makes prayer so powerful, is when you are passionate about what you are praying for.
Yeah, so to finish that off, I think it is important. If he just walked away, he would have never gotten what he needed. Yeah. He would have just hit it with one time. That would have been the end of it. Yeah. But God's always listening, and he wants to give you everything you ask for, but you have to make sure that you know what you're asking for is actually truly important to you.
And like Jesus always says, if you believe, that's all you have to do.
Absolutely.
Just believe.
Just believe. Okay, so we're going to finish off with James 5:16. "So therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. The effective prayer of a righteous man can accomplish much." Yes. Be persistent in prayer. Know what you're asking for and why it's important. And the more you do it, the more you ask, the more you break it down, and you start to see how much you actually need it in your life. If it's important, you will keep asking. You will keep praying, and then that becomes an effective prayer because you're fervently praying because you know you need it. This is what you need. You need that break. You need that promotion. You need that money. Whatever it is, you need it.
Yes.
And so you'll start to effectively pray for it, and you'll be fervent in your prayer, and that passion goes a long way.
Exactly. And just remember, we talk about fervent prayer and we talk about persistence in prayer, but just remember it's why you're doing it that's so important. It's not because you're trying to say, "Oh, hey, God, in case you forgot about me." No, He knows. He heard you.
Yeah.
He's waiting for you to truly believe and be passionate about it.
Yeah.
Then it will be granted.
Absolutely. He knows.
And in his time.
Absolutely. And he knows what you need, but do you truly know what you need? That's it. That's where the persistence comes in, and that's what you keep going over and over and over, and then you start to break it down. Why do I keep praying for this? What do I need to make it happen? And then you'll receive it.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
Awesome. Jesus taught us a lot today.
Yes.
We will be taking that to heart. We hope that you can take this to heart and it taught you something today.
Yep.
So that way we can all make our prayers more fervent and righteous.
Yeah. Be persistent. Know what you're asking for. Know that if you truly need it, that passion will come through. And James 5:16 tells us, a fervent prayer can accomplish much.
Yes.
So be passionate, know what you're asking, know why you're asking, break it down, and be consistent.
Yeah.
And with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you look down below. We'll have a link to the church. Check it out. So much to see and so much to learn. A lot of fun to be had. You can even talk to us. So go there, check it out, have fun, click around, explore it. It's an awesome site, guys. And then below that, you'll see a link to our GoFundMe. It's for the first responders. Make sure you check that out. They do something every day that so many of us don't even imagine, and it's crazy what they do. They make life or death decisions. They're always running around. So make sure that you check out the GoFundMe. We're trying to help them so they have a strong mental health as they go out about their day, and that's important.
Very important.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope that you have an awesomely blessed day.
Yeah, have a blessed one, guys. Thanks for stopping by.